Loaded question. But I'm going to have to go with Gandhi because he says one of the best quotes, which is, be the change that you wish to see in the world, and I think that is one of the hugest statements someone can make.
I'm going to say Siddhartha, who is Buddha's son, because he seeks peace and searches for it.
Who's the best role model for peace? I definitely have to say Barney, because he talks about loving yourself and loving others.
In my opinion, the best role models for peace or peacemakers are house mothers, especially ones with multiple children. They have to settle arguments every day. They don't necessarily have to do with nuclear weapons, but they're still solving problems nonetheless.
I don't think anybody is the perfect role model for peace because everybody has their own issues that they bring into it, so it's not necessarily an unbiased opinion when they go in to create the peace, which can create conflict all in itself.
I think a good example of a peaceful person would be like the Dalai Lama.
I guess I would have to probably say Switzerland, because through a combination of negotiation, heavy armament, and political neutrality, they've been able to avoid being part of, I guess, every major conflict in the 20th century at least. So.
I'd have to say Gandhi.
Okay.
Because, I mean, just all of his teachings and his practices, and I mean, everything he went through, he's really someone to look out for towards peace.
Okay.
I don't think there's anyone who's the best role model for peace and why. I mean, Mother Teresa's pretty awesome. You know, she's very not conflicted. But I don't know that she'd be a role model for peace so much as she'd be a role model for good deeds. So no, I really don't think there's a best role model for peace.
I think it would be really difficult to choose a quote-unquote best person because every conflict is different and every nation itself is different, so it would just be too difficult to choose a universal best.
So I think maybe Dalai Lama or Gandhi. Like, I don't believe in violence, so because they are like for non-violence and then try to resolve the conflict without violence, so I think that's the role model, and we try to do the best not to use the violence.
Stereotypically, somebody like Gandhi or something, I guess, you know, just believing in peaceful means instead of just war.
I believe that Martin Luther King Jr. would be a good role model. He actually didn't just talk about it, but actually stood up for it, did something about it, and ultimately gave his life for it.